Girls Gone Wild?
Yeah.
So there's a documentary on Peacock about the guy that started that. His name is Joe Francis. And he used to be like an elite guy. Like that's where Courtney met, I think, Scott at Joe Francis's Mexican. People go to party at his Mexican mansion or whatever. And I think that's where Courtney met Scott. And he was, all over the place. Hanging. I think he dated Paris Hilton. He's like one of those. So it's a documentary on Girls Gone Wild, which I remember because that was back in the 90s or whatever, 2000s. And they would basically just go like with a crew and camera and like just go to all the spring breaks and like videotape women, girls like showing whatever, but it escalated and it turned into like porn, whatever they call it. And the documentary, it's like so, I mean, I've always known he's gross. He's such a douche, but there's a girl that said that she went to spring break and she was on a boat and they had all these beads and it was so cool to have all the beads. And then this guy asked her, if you flash me, I'll give you all these beads or whatever. And she did see that they had cameras and stuff like but she didn't think, she just thought they were just drunk idiots. And then she was on TV and her whole high school saw it. And she's like, out of all the girls they're videotaping, why are they showing me? And so she said, even a teacher said, oh, can I get your autograph? And like, it was really embarrassing. And back then, it wasn't like today that you get fired and stuff, but.
Wait, was she a teacher or was she a student?
She was a student.
She said
she stopped going. She said it was so bad she stopped going to school.
Isn't that illegal?
Yes. And then when she came across like a lawyer, someone talked to her and they're like, you could sue them because that's illegal. And she's like, but I was a willing participant. Like they didn't make me do it. He's like, it doesn't matter. You're underage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called, and they're exploiting you on camera. Like you didn't give them permission to do that. And you can't, you're a minor anyways. But, so she did like settle with them for a very small amount of money. Like, yeah. And for them to like stop showing that footage.
So Girls Gone Wild documentary?
Yeah, Girls Gone Wild on Peacock. And so this is what's really interesting. That guy, Joe Francis, he's like an exile.
Fugitive?
He's like a fugitive. He's in exile. And he's been in Mexico this entire time for 1,000,000 years because he can't come back here. But he has a ex-wife with 2 kids, and she does come back here, which I don't understand. They know exactly where he is.
Right.
So why can't they get him? I don't know. It's been like that for a while. He was on Couples Therapy. There was a reality show called Couples Therapy or something like that, and he went with his wife. And I do remember they had the weirdest relationship. She's like the skinniest girl you've ever seen, very young, and she had an eating disorder, and she said it on the show. And I don't know, their dynamic was so bizarre.